I worked the passport control desk at Amsterdam Schiphol for 6 years. One August morning, an American man bypassed the entire EU citizens queue, about 40 people deep, and walked straight to my booth. He slapped down his passport. American citizen. I need the express line. I gestured to the non-EU queue behind him. Sir, that's your line. He looked genuinely confused. I have global entry. That's for entering America. Right, but I paid $200 for it. So it works everywhere. He said this like I was the idiot. It's global. The name literally says global. I explained global entry was a US customs program. Had nothing to do with Dutch immigration. He stared at me. So you're telling me America charges people for an international pass that doesn't work internationally? That's exactly what I'm telling you. He demanded a refund form for a program we didn't operate in a country that wasn't his. He stood there for 4 minutes arguing about American business practices before airport security escorted him to the correct queue. The EU citizens he'd cut past gave him a slow clap. Last month, a woman at Madrid Barajas asked why Spanish passport control moved slower than American. I told her we had 30 countries worth of passports to verify. She said that sounded inefficient and maybe we should consolidate like you guys did with the States. She genuinely suggested Europe become one country to speed up her vacation. A man in Rome asked if his AAA membership got him priority boarding. When I said no, he insisted AAA stood for American Advantages Abroad. It didn't. These stories all share something beautiful. Americans who believe their systems, their memberships, their money, their passports grant them universal authority. That waiting, like taxes and speed limits, applies to other people. Let me show you what happens when American entitlement meets the simple concept of standing in line. I managed a delicatessen in Munich for 11 years. We used the number ticket system. Take a ticket, wait for your number, we call you. Simple system. Universal system. American woman walks in, ignores the ticket machine, walks directly to the counter where I'm serving number 43. She interrupts. I need half a pound of the smoked turkey. I pointed to the ticket machine. Please take a number. She glanced at it, looked back at me. I know what I want. It'll take 10 seconds. Everyone knows what they want. That's why they're here. She huffed, walked to the machine, grabbed ticket 71, looked at the digital display showing 43, marched back. This says 71. That can't be right. We're on 43. So I have to wait for 28 people? Yes. That's insane. In America, if you know your order, you can just shout it out. Speeds everything up. I'd been to America. That's not how American delis worked either. I didn't mention this. She waited 3 minutes, then walked back to the counter. Listen, I'm on a tour. Our bus leaves in 20 minutes. Can you just squeeze me in? 28 people are also on schedules. But I'm a tourist. I'm spending money here. So is everyone else. She asked for my manager. I was the manager. She asked for the owner. I was the owner's son. She asked if Germany had a customer service board she could report me to. She left without turkey. Posted a Google review saying German delis were communist holdovers that punished efficient Americans. We still use the ticket system. I host at a kaiseki restaurant in Kyoto. We seat 8 people per night. Reservations book 3 months ahead. One February evening, American couple walks in at 7. No reservation. The man asked for a table for 2. I apologized. Explained we were fully booked. Showed him our reservation book. He studied it. These are all Japanese names. Yes, we're in Japan. Right, but you should hold tables for international guests. We flew 16 hours. I told him many of our guests also traveled far. some from Osaka. He didn't laugh. His wife suggested we squeeze them in at the bar. We didn't have a bar. We had 8 seats. All full. He pulled out his phone, started showing me his airline confirmation, his hotel booking, his trip itinerary. Like proof of vacation entitled him to see. We specifically came to Kyoto for authentic Japanese food. That's wonderful, but we're reserved. Can't you ask one of these groups to share their table? I pictured explaining to a Japanese couple celebrating their anniversary that they needed to dine with strangers because Americans arrived without planning. I suggested 3 other excellent restaurants nearby. Walking distance. He wanted this one because his travel blog ranked us number 1. He tried to tip me $50 to find space. I don't accept tips. Japanese restaurants don't work that way. He placed the bills on my podium anyway. Said we'd figure it out. I handed the money back. He looked offended. You're really turning down $50? I'm really turning down $50. They left. 1-star review. Refused service despite generous offer to compensate. Claimed we were racist against Americans who appreciate Japanese culture. We're booked through June. I work emergency intake at Stockholm Söder Hospital. We triage. Life-threatening cases go first. Everything else waits by severity. American man presented with a sprained wrist. Mild swelling. Full mobility. I logged him. Told him to wait. Probably 90 minutes. He exploded. 90 minutes for a sprain? We have a cardiac patient, a child with breathing problems, and a motorcycle accident ahead of you. In America, I'd be seen in 20 minutes. I doubted this but stayed quiet. He sat for 15 minutes, walked back. I have international travel insurance, premium coverage. That should move me up. We don't have insurance tiers. Everyone waits by medical need. That's socialism. That's triage. He demanded to pay out of pocket for faster service. I explained Swedish healthcare didn't work that way. He could visit a private clinic if he wanted. He said he'd already walked to our hospital. Didn't want to walk elsewhere. 40 minutes in, he approached again. Okay, my wrist is getting worse. It's throbbing now. Pain medication? No. I need a doctor. I noted his chart. Didn't change his position. He started loudly telling other patients his wrist might be broken. Might need surgery. Might have nerve damage. Performed elaborate wincing. Cradled his arm. A nurse examined him. Confirmed sprain. He waited 2 hours total. Got wrapped. Got painkillers. Demanded an itemized bill so his insurance could see how long they made him wait. There was no bill. Treatment was free. He seemed disappointed. I work platform operations for SNCF in Lyon. High-speed rail requires assigned seat. Your ticket shows your carriage number, your seat number. You sit there. American family arrived for the Paris train. 4 of them. Started boarding carriage 7. Their tickets said carriage 3. I stopped them. Wrong carriage. You're in 3. The father checked his ticket. These seats taken? Probably. People buy tickets. But they're empty right now. Train hasn't fully boarded. He decided empty seats meant available seat. Tried settling his family in carriage 7 anyway. I explained French rail policy. He explained American initiative. Look, if someone shows up with these seat numbers, we'll move. Until then, why walk 3 carriages down? Because those aren't your seats. His wife supported him. We paid for seats. These are seats. I don't see the problem. I told them their actual seats might be occupied by other people using this logic. That thought didn't land. They sat. Train filled up. French couple arrived with tickets for those exact seat. Showed their reservations. American father studied their ticket. Studied his ticket. Okay, but we've already settled in. Got our bags up. Kids are comfortable. Can you folks take our seats in carriage 3? The French couple stared at him. Then at me. I asked the Americans to move. Father wanted to negotiate. Suggested the couples trade seats so nobody had to move. The French couple didn't want to trade. They wanted their assigned seat. The ones they'd booked. This back and forth lasted 6 minutes. Train departure got delayed. Other passengers started complaining. Father finally moved his family. Muttered about French inflexibility the whole way. He filed a complaint with SNCF about our hostile seating policy. We still assign seats. I manage Shinjuku Station, busiest train hub in the world. 3 million daily passengers. Escalators have unwritten rules. Stand left, walk right. Everyone knows this. American tourist stood dead center of a rush hour escalator. Blocked both sides, had 2 shopping bags. Took a phone call. Behind her, 30 people stacked up. I politely asked her to move left. She turned. What? Please stand to one side. I'm fine here. People need to pass. She glanced behind. Saw the crowd. Shrugged. They can wait 30 seconds. It's an escalator. Does the work for you. Japanese commuters stood silently waiting. This is Japanese culture. No confrontation. But you could feel the collective frustration. She finished her call. Started taking photos. Of herself. On the escalator. Still center position. I asked again. She got annoyed. Why is everyone in such a rush? Enjoy the ride. A businessman finally said, Excuse me. Tried squeezing past. She blocked him with her bag. Seriously? There's room at the top. We reached the top. She stepped off. Walked slow. Checked her photos. 28 people flooded past her like water breaking through a dam. She yelled after them. You're welcome for the patience lesson. Nobody responded. Very Japanese. Later, she complained to station staff about aggressive commuters who made her feel unsafe. Asked if Tokyo had escalator etiquette training for locals. We installed English signs explaining the stand left rule. She probably wouldn't read them. Last winter, I worked customs at Toronto Pearson during holiday rush. American man reached my booth after a 2-hour security line. He was furious. That wait was unacceptable. You need more staff. I explained we were fully staffed. High travel volume created delays. He slammed his passport down. I have TSA pre-check and Nexus. I should never wait 2 hours. Nexus has a separate line. Did you use it? He paused. Where's that? Near the main entrance. Marked clearly. Nobody told me. It's on your approval letter. On the airport website. On signs throughout the building. He processed this, then got angrier. Well, someone should have told me personally. I'm not a mind reader. I stamped his passport. Welcomed him to Canada. He didn't say thank you. He said, you need better systems. Here's what I've learned working immigration. Americans don't hate lines. They hate the idea that lines apply to them equally. They've grown up in a country that sells priority everything. Express lanes, fast passes, membership tiers, premium upgrades. So when they encounter a German deli ticket system, a Japanese reservation policy, a Swedish hospital triage, or a French train seat assignment, they experience genuine confusion. Not because the systems are complex, because the systems don't recognize their exceptionalism. The anger isn't about waiting. It's about being treated like everyone else. And maybe that's the real culture shock. Not language barriers, not different foods, but the radical concept that your passport color, your income level, your frequent flyer status, your American confidence doesn't grant you immunity from the social contracts that organize civilized society. Next time, I'll share stories about Americans trying to tip their way out of legal problems. One woman offered a Polish police officer $50 to forget about her parking ticket. She could not understand why he got more upset. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you want more stories about the fascinating collision between American entitlement and the rest of the world.